Hello, sports fans. It is Thursday, March the 27th, the year 2014, and as always, a lot to get to in the sports world, so let's get it going right now as we are ready for the Sweet 16 tonight. We have 4 big games tonight. I hope you've been watching this NCAA tournament. It has been fabulous, a lot of drama. How about all the overtime games? So many exciting games. I mean, how about North Dakota State beating Oklahoma in the first round when Oklahoma has a 4-point lead and can't hold it? How about St. Louis coming back from 16 down against NC State to win? How about Mercer beating Duke? How about Stephen F. Austin beating Virginia Commonwealth when they're down 4 points with just a few seconds to go and they hit a 3 and Virginia Commonwealth fouls them? Unbelievable game that was. How about Harvard beating Cincinnati? And how about Dayton in the Sweet 16? Not only did they beat Ohio State, they also beat Syracuse. Who had Dayton in their Sweet 16? Did anyone outside of Dayton have Dayton in the Sweet 16? I know I didn't. What a tremendous job by Dayton. What I've learned from watching these games is this. The games are never over until it's officially over, as Yogi Berra would say. You have to hit your free throws. So many missed free throws in these games. So many meltdowns down the stretches of these games. And I learned anyone can beat anyone. I mean, even when Harvard played Michigan State is up 16 points, and Harvard comes all the way back to take the lead before Michigan State ends up beating them. These teams are so evenly matched. I mean, what a lot of drama in this tournament. Very exciting stuff. Okay, without further ado, let's get to the games tonight. We got 4 big games for you tonight. The first game from Memphis, we have Dayton and Stanford. Dayton, to me, is a shock that they are in the Sweet 16. They were a bubble team. Like I said before, they beat Ohio State and Syracuse to get here. How about Stanford as well? They beat New Mexico and Kansas. And I know Kansas didn't have their big man, but come on, you thought Kansas was going to find a way to win that game. I was shocked Stanford got by both of those games. I didn't even think they beat New Mexico. New Mexico had a tremendous year. And by the way, one thing on New Mexico, they got to start playing better in this tournament. New Mexico has been very disappointing in this tournament the last few years. They've had big regular seasons, big conference tournament wins, but once they get to the NCAA tournament, they have fallen a bit short. Very disappointed in New Mexico. But back to the game tonight. Dayton and Stanford from Memphis. What a strange game. What a strange matchup. I'm going to go with Stanford here, but Dayton's proved me wrong twice already. Never thought they'd win the first 2 rounds. I'm going to go with Stanford here tonight. Second game tonight in Anaheim. Here's an intriguing game. Baylor against Wisconsin. Baylor was on absolute fire in the first 2 rounds. Just dismantled Nebraska and Creighton. Blew them off the court. Couldn't miss. And Wisconsin struggled with American but beat them. Struggled with Oregon but beat them. You kind of know what you're getting with Wisconsin. They're kind of a meat and potatoes team. You know what you're getting from Bo Ryan and his squad. Baylor is so up and down. When they are on their A game like they were last weekend, they can beat anyone. But then they could have a performance that is awful and fall flat on their face. Remember, Baylor for much of the year, we didn't even think they were going to make the tournament. But they're playing as good as anyone right now. This game I could see going either way. Wisconsin is the favorite, but I'll tell you, after watching Baylor last week, wouldn't shock me if Baylor won this game. Off to the third game tonight. Back in Memphis we go. UCLA against Florida. This is a really nice game. UCLA beat Tulsa and Stephen F. Austin. Florida beat Albany and Pitt. Didn't look great in either game. Florida played better in the second half of the Pitt game, but not firing on all cylinders yet, the Gators. Very interesting game. The game is in Memphis. I think it'll be a Florida house. I like Florida to win this game. I think it'll be close. UCLA's got talent. I think Florida squeaks by. And in the nightcap tonight, back to Anaheim we go. San Diego State and Arizona. San Diego State beat New Mexico State and North Dakota State. Arizona beat Weber State and beat Gonzaga. Blew Gonzaga out, actually. Arizona's been playing really nice ball. Very interesting game. We know San Diego State can play some defense. I got to go with Arizona here, though. It's a very nice game. It's a must-watch game. I like both teams, but I'm going to go with Arizona. I picked Arizona to go to the Final Four. I think Arizona gets through. So those are your games tonight. As far as tomorrow's games, Friday's games, the first matchup, Tennessee against Michigan from Indianapolis. Who had Tennessee in the Sweet 16? Tennessee was in the play-in game. They beat Iowa, then they beat UMass. Not shocked there at all. I told you UMass was very overrated. Then they beat Mercer. We thought it was going to be Duke in that round, but Mercer ends up beating Duke, and Tennessee then knocks off Mercer. One thing on Duke for a second. This was not a vintage Duke team. I didn't like this Duke team from the start. Didn't play typical Coach K defense. Parker played like a freshman down the stretch. Didn't have great interior play. They kind of got beat up inside. Didn't love this Duke team. I was surprised Mercer beat them, though. So Tennessee in the Sweet 16. They play Michigan. Michigan beat Wofford, and then they beat Texas. I like Michigan here. I know Tennessee has been hot down the stretch. I know they've won 3 games already in this tournament. I got to go with Michigan. I like Michigan's team. I like Beeline as a coach. I like Michigan here in Indianapolis. The second game tomorrow night, UConn and Iowa State from Madison Square Garden, not too far from here. And you should see what the ticket prices are for this game. They are off the charts. UConn beat St. Joseph's, then they beat Villanova. I was a little surprised by that. I know my friend down in North Carolina is probably in mourning this week. He's a big Villanova fan. I know he's heartbroken that UConn beat him. And then Iowa State on the other side. Iowa State beats North Carolina Central. Then they have that tremendous game against North Carolina where they win at the end. Very, very nice game here. Remember, Iowa State is playing without one of their best players for the rest of the tournament. He's out, so that is a big loss there. I could go either way on this game. I think it's going to be a UConn house as well. I think it's going to be all UConn fans here, but I said it from the start. Iowa State's one of my surprise teams going back, months ago. I don't like that they lost one of their best players. I think they have enough to get through this game, though, but then they could be out in the next round. But I like Iowa State to squeak it out. As far as the third game on Friday from Indianapolis, how about Armageddon? Kentucky and Louisville? Are you kidding me? Kentucky and Louisville from Indianapolis, where both fan bases will make it to the game. This is Armageddon. Kentucky beat Kansas State, then they knocked off undefeated Wichita State, which was one of the best games of the tournament. Louisville struggled but beat Manhattan, then they beat St. Louis. This is must-watch TV. If you are a sports fan, you don't have to be a Louisville fan, you don't have to be a Kentucky fan, you don't have to live in Kentucky. This is a tremendous game no matter what fan you're from. No matter where you're from, no matter what fan you are, you have to watch this game. This is Armageddon. This is one of the biggest rivalries in all of sports, Kentucky-Louisville. Tremendous game. Kentucky knocks off Wichita State, the undefeated team. Now they got their in-state rival, Louisville. Louisville won the national title last year, trying to get back to the Final Four. Very nice game. I'm going to pick Louisville. I had Louisville going to the Final Four. I'm not going to change now. This is a tremendous game. Wouldn't shock me if Kentucky won. And watch both fan bases. They will be rabid in this game. Both fan bases should take over Indianapolis. As far as the nightcap tomorrow night from Madison Square Garden, you talk about another great game. Michigan State and Virginia. Are you kidding me? Does it get any better than that? Michigan State and Virginia. I mean, Michigan State beats Delaware. Then they beat Harvard after they blew a 16-point lead. They do end up pulling away from Harvard at the end. Virginia beats Coastal Carolina. Then they completely shut down Memphis with their great defense. Really nice game. I could see this game going either way. Tremendous basketball. Get your ice packs ready. This is going to be physical, low scoring, slug it out. I'm going to go with Michigan State here. I can see the game going either way. It's a tremendous game. I mean, you look at some of these matchups in the Sweet 16. They are unbelievable. Michigan State, Virginia is a must-watch. Louisville, Kentucky is a must-watch. Then you have intriguing games like UConn, Iowa State, Tennessee, Michigan, San Diego State, Arizona, UCLA, Florida, Baylor, Wisconsin. They're all intriguing. Then you got Cinderellas with Dayton and Stanford. Tremendous matchups. Make sure you tune into these games. Now remember, the Thursday winners will play Saturday. The Friday winners will play Sunday. So please tune into some basketball. As far as next week, I will be back with you guys Monday. We'll recap the whole weekend. Then Tuesday, I will have Mr. Joe Spano back from Sirius Satellite Radio, and we will get into the Final Four because all the Final Four matchups will be set by then. So tremendous, tremendous weekend for college basketball. Remember, we're also coming down to the home stretch in the NBA. Really nice win for the Pacers last night over the Heat. They needed that win. That means they're going to get home court. If the Pacers are going to beat Miami, they needed home court. They got it last night with that big win. So the NBA coming down to the home stretch. Of course, on the western side, you still got San Antonio, Oklahoma City, Houston, the Clippers, a ton of teams in the West. NHL coming down the home stretch. If you want to make the playoffs, you better make your move now. We're very close to the Masters. Is Tiger Woods going to even play? Baseball starts actually on Sunday night. Most of the teams kick off on Monday. Some teams next Tuesday. Actually, the Dodgers played a couple games already in Australia against Arizona. I don't know why Major League Baseball wanted to start the season in Australia. I'll get to that next week. So baseball is underway already. A lot of things going on. So it is a great time in the sports world. So you guys definitely watch the games over the weekend with the college basketball tonight, tomorrow, Saturday, and Sunday. They're all intriguing matchups. Michigan State, Virginia, Louisville, Kentucky. Are you kidding me? That's must-watch TV. Hope you guys are enjoying the tournament. You guys stay safe. Enjoy the games. I'll talk to you Monday. Take care.